Hi, friends. Okay, I just wanted to pop on here really quickly because I was watching my friend Callie's stories the other day, and I'm going to tag her, Coach Callie. She's amazing. You should definitely go and follow her. And she was talking in her stories about how you are not a problem to be fixed, how you are a perfectly perfect human being who is worthy of love, and more than that, what she was talking about is you are worthy of being listened to, you are worthy of being heard, you're worthy of being validated, you're worthy of being um, just validated and heard in what you are. And your wisdom and your guidance is going to show you what you need to do for yourself, what you need to do for your life in order to help yourself feel more aligned, better, happier, all of these things. And I feel like this idea is just the crux of everything that we are struggling with as a human race right now, and that I just really wanted to come on here and just bring this kind of short little can you allow yourself to question this paradigm that your emotions, your negative emotions, are something to be fixed. There's something wrong with you, and there's something to be fixed, or that they're happening to you. That they're a sign of you being broken, or your brain being broken, or you're being victim in some way. That they are something to be fixed. Your negative emotions are something to be fixed. That your negative thoughts are something to be fixed. That you have to fix your mindset. That you have to fix your brain. That your body, your body size, your body weight, your body symptoms is something there to be fixed. That your personality, that your tendencies, that your coping mechanisms, that your self-sabotage, that your scapegoats are something wrong with you and something to be fixed. That your habits are something wrong with you to be fixed. And what if that is not the case? What if, in true reality, what is happening is there is a way that you function as a human being that is some of those things are universal to all human beings, and some of those things are individual to you as a relative being, that when we don't get our needs met, when that specific way that we are meant to function isn't being honored by our life, so we're not getting our needs met, where either something is being withheld from us that we need, or we are not learning, we don't understand how to learn from our own pain and learn from pleasure in order to figure out what we need, why we are in pain, and what we need in order to not feel pain. That is the root cause of our suffering. That we are specific beings who, when we don't get our needs met, we feel pain as an alert that we're not getting our needs met. So what if your pain is an alert that you're not getting your needs met, not a sign that there's something wrong with you? Okay, so that's just the first thing to consider. The second thing to consider is that we are going to want to believe that there's something wrong with us. We want to hold on to the idea that if I can just get rid of my anxiety, everything will be great in my life. If I could just get rid of my sickness, everything would be great in my life. If I could just find the right job and stop being such a fuck up at work, everything would be great in my life. If I could just fix my coping mechanisms, fix my scapegoats, become my higher self, everything would be perfect in my life. We want to believe that because what that gives us is this sense that culture and the way that we're living generally is correct. And if we could just fix this little thing about ourselves, we'd be happy. When the real reality is that, generally speaking, the way we have been conditioned to think about ourselves, the way we have been conditioned to live, the way that we have been conditioned as a human race is out of alignment with what humans need. And again, this is like down to simple things. Like, we go to office buildings at freaking 7 in the morning and we sit in chairs under fluorescent lights where we're doing work that we don't care about all day long, and we go home after work and we eat food that isn't food, and we sit in front of the TV and we have no real connection. We never go outside, and we wonder why we're crazy. Well, yeah, we're not getting our needs met. What we have been indoctrinated in this culture as normal, as this is how you should be and you should be able to find happiness inside of this, isn't normal or isn't in alignment with human how we function. It's just we're not getting our needs met. Second thing, the way we've been conditioned to think and the way that we've been conditioned to perceive ourselves, we weren't listened to as children. We weren't validated in our pain. We weren't validated in our emotions and said, okay, why are you acting out? Why do you have a stomach ache? Why is this happening to you? What is off in your environment that is making it so that you're not getting your growth needs met, that you're not getting your expression needs met, that you're not getting your physical needs met, that you're not getting your emotion needs met? And how can we adjust the environment in order for you to understand yourself better, to you to understand reality better, and get your needs met? We were like, okay, there's something wrong with you, and you were either rejected, abandoned, or rescued. And you never learned how to learn from pain and pleasure. And that's because your parents didn't know how to learn from pain and pleasure. That's because society doesn't know how to learn from pain and pleasure. We're all just trying to make the pain go away, get mad at the pain, attack the pain, try and fix the pain, or reject the pain, ignore the pain. It's not there. Rescue, reject, abandon. That's our experience of pain. We were never loved in our pain, validated in our pain, made to feel safe inside of our pain so that we could actually learn what the pain was trying to tell us. So this is why when I come in here and say your emotions are trying to tell you something, your physical symptoms are trying to tell you something, it's all that there's something out of alignment and you need to figure out what that is, that can feel super overwhelming because we never learned how to do that. And that's not your fault. So you are not a problem to be fixed. You are a human being who, if you are in pain, are not getting your needs met. If you don't know what your needs are, that's not your fault. You were never taught how to learn what your needs are. You were never validated. You were never given the space and the time to actually explore, why am I in pain? What's hurting? How do I get my need met? What is my need? What is happening that shouldn't be happening in order for my growth? What isn't happening that needs to be happening for my growth? And how do I figure out how to make that a reality for myself? So now you live in a world in your life as an adult where you were indoctrinated to live a certain way, to be a certain way, to think that that's normal, to think what you're thinking, to do what you're doing, to need love and approval from other people and not be able to give it to yourself and all these things. And that's not your fault. But as an adult, you can start with validating yourself. And this is the point. Your pain is not your fault. You are not a problem to be fixed. But as an adult, you can start to validate your pain. Stop shaming yourself. Stop blaming yourself. Stop guilting yourself. Stop telling yourself you should be happy when you're not. Stop telling yourself you should feel good when you don't. And start saying, okay, I'm in pain for a reason. I was indoctrinated into this. And that's going to be very overwhelming. You're not going to want to admit that to yourself. You're going to want to believe that there's something wrong with you because that's easier than culture got it wrong. Society got it wrong. We don't have it figured out. The solution isn't in spiritual teacher's book or the ayahuasca retreat or the plant medicine or the little spiritual healing or this or that, tarot cards, whatever, spirituality, self-help, self-improvement, success, getting your boss babe business going, all these things. We don't want to believe that that's not the answer, because if that's the answer, we know what the answer is and we think we know how to get it. In real reality, it's not working because it's not the answer. And the answer is more complicated. So we start with validating ourselves, making ourselves feel safe inside of our pain by telling ourselves it's not our fault. Not as a way of saying, I just am going to be in pain forever and I'm never going to do anything about it, but as a way of starting the discovery process. And it's going to be a process and it's going to be a journey. And that's why I have my mystery school, and that's why I have my Perception Trainers Facebook page and my YouTube and all this. This is what we're exploring there. It's a complex process. But just start with, there's nothing wrong with you that you're in pain. You're not a problem to be fixed. You are not getting your needs met. And you start with validating yourself, and everything will come from that. Okay? I love you.